take notes and we're going to call the meeting to order. I don't know what's happened to everybody, but there are enough of
I
us.
move we call the meeting to order.
Yeah, you don't even have to move. I have the power. So,
Oh,
and we're all regular members, so there's no alternates. Earl had the minutes, so we're gonna table the approval of the minutes till the next meeting. I did not have any correspondence. There are no members of the public here. There are no public consultations, which brings us down to old business, of which I have none, other than to welcome Toby as a new sitting regular member of the commission and thank him very much for volunteering. And in absentia, I'm welcoming Jeremy to serve as a new regular member of the commission. So it's great that we have close to a full complement now. Now no, Pat is an alternate still. So we have close to a full complement. So that's terrific. With all the reading you're doing, Toby, if any questions come up?
Well, it does seem that I ought to be looking at the study that was prepared in order to create the historic district, which apparently would have identified all the exciting special features that we should in part be focusing on. So.
And that's the thing I'm going to ask you that you have just volunteered to scan for us.
Okay.
So I will get it to Stan, who will get it to you.
That or I could pick it up the next couple of days. I'm kicking my heels, not having to go into work, so I could pick it up as another option.
Okay. I live out in West Woodstock, so it's
the Wild West.
It is the Wild West. So so I think it would take me about 10 minutes to organize it to make sure it's all together in some kind of semblance of order. But yeah, if you want to, I will email you my contact information.
Okay.
And you can just tell me when you might be in the area. I am sticking close to home for the next couple of days because the plumber promises to be in and out. So.
I understand. They always come when your eyes are turned away for something.
Yes, and I do not want to have my eyes turned away on this. I want to be completely available for any potential forward momentum.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'll send you I'll email you my contact information tonight. You can just text me or. Super.
We'll figure out how deep the snow is tomorrow morning and then come up on a plan.
Yes, yeah. Or it's supposed to be, let's see, that's right. Friday's going to be getting colder and Saturday downright unpleasant and who knows, but just let me know. No,
okay.
Sometime in the next, when it's convenient, there's no rush on.
All right.
And the main thing to take away from all of it is that we have a district with character defining features and the landscape, what the viewscape is considered a character defining feature in our particular example. So the town and the look of the green, the fact that we only have houses built along the road and there's not a second level behind that, a second tier behind that you have these long views is considered an important character defining feature of the district. And there are anchor buildings such as the church, the academy, Roseland, Casa de Campo, which is the big shingle building, the old academy building, which is down close to the inn. Those are a good half dozen character defining buildings that set the tone for the district. and that whose features are even more important than some of the other houses, the smaller residences. And then another piece is this particular district, as many do, has evolved over time. It's not a particular time period. We've got some buildings that date from the late 1700s, and then we have some 20th century structures as well. And that it has changed over the course of the 250, almost 50 years since, from the time of the earliest surviving building until now. And so that can factor into our considerations. And some more modern buildings, which have undergone rapid remodeling and changing, are treated, maybe treated a little bit differently than older structures that have perhaps not changed as much. Roseland Cottage is a classic example of a structure that hasn't changed much. And so if the Historic New England suddenly decided to put just double paned casement windows through the whole thing, that would be a serious consideration. Whereas a house that there's a few capes, mid-century, mid-20th century capes that have they've been aluminum sided and vinyl sided and had, aluminum storms on them, and then vinyl windows. It's in the course of their lifetime, they've been changed. Those changes is something that we work with more readily. So every structure is different. Every landscape is different. We have overarching principles, but we take each application case by case based upon the house and the structure and the way it contributes its character defining features to the entire district.
Right.
And we are not tied. An important thing is that a decision for one does not set any precedent for a decision for another.
Right.
So
that's the wonderful thing about history. It is always accumulating around you.
yes, yeah. Some historic districts in some towns try to have more of a bell jar approach. The town is frozen in a certain span of time, and they have to deal with that. We are commercial, we have churches, we have a school, we have historic, museums. We have really a wide variety of different buildings, types of structures as well. So it can make it a bit of a challenge.
Yep.
So anybody have anything old business wise to bring up, Stan?
I don't.
Yeah. All right. And anything, here comes Jeremy. Just almost time to leave. Jeremy, welcome.
Hi, Jeremy.
Time zone struck me. I'm sorry.
Oh. Were you in a different time zone?
I am in Arkansas for the week.
Ah, goodness. Yep, not a problem. But and it's going to be probably a good bit warmer down there than it is up here.
Yeah, it's going to be a shock on Saturday when I fly back, or Friday when I fly back in.
Yeah, definitely will. Friday night's supposed to be not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for taking the time out of your week then to join us. And I had said earlier that welcome to both to Jeremy to Toby and to you as new official members of the commission, and to thank you very much for volunteering and for serving with us.
Sure.
We zipped right through the agenda, so we're right on to basically new business. And we had just been discussing getting the study that lists all the different properties into a digital format so that it's more easily searchable and readable for all of us. And so we're going to be doing that, and I'll be sending, that will be coming to you. I would assume within the month you'll have that. And that covers every single property that's part of the historic district. Yeah. And I just finished asking Jeremy if he'd had any questions, and that was one of the things he was looking for. So I'll drop it to you. Anything that comes to mind that you, as you're entering in on this?
Is there anything I can do to help with that?
I think at the moment, it looks like we're good. We're just going to get it scanned.
Okay.
Or we're going to attempt to get it scanned. And if we can do that, then it will be a nice digital format that we can distribute easily to everyone. Currently, it's old-fashioned, printed paper, and it's that was comb bound, one of those plastic spiral binders. And I think I probably have the only full copy left, and it's on its last legs. So
Well, I can certainly make time to meet up with you and get the physical copy and make the scans. I can scan it into volumes by project, and I can do whatever you'd like.
I think we're all set. Toby, you said because Toby, you thought you could do it, right?
Yeah, I plan to try it over the next couple of days, and if I run into serious problems, then I'll be happy to ask for help.
Good. We've got two of you who are digitally astute, so that's good. But anything that has come up, if you've had, I don't know if you've had any time to look at anything, any of the links I sent, but anything that has crossed your mind to ask about?
No, I've read through the state guide for HDCs and the Secretary of Interior's suggested things. Everything seems fairly straightforward. There's plenty of latitude for decisions to be made and lenience and whatnot. So,
And I was just saying to Toby that we take everything on a case-by-case basis. That though we have overarching guidelines for the district and for the character defining features of the district, and the way we approach the character defining features of a given property, still every single application is viewed on its own, and a decision that we make for one does not establish a precedent for another one.
sure.
And oftentimes that comes up, somebody will say, well, you let them do it. And that's where we come back to case by case, and if it's appropriate. And I guess the big thing also that we try and really do is work. I cannot stress strongly enough how much we want to work with the homeowner.
Yep.
We need to pay attention to the character defining features. We need to do our job, but we try not to be adversarial. We really want to, we want to engage in projects ahead of time. So someone doesn't just cold submit an application and run right headlong into a problem that's going to make them change their whole project. Woodstock Academy is a great example of a place. What they're doing with the old Academy building is a great example of them. We worked with them for about a year as the architect developed the project. And then once it was completed, his final plans submitted to us passed without a problem. And it's that working with the homeowner all the way along so that we try to attain something close to the result they want, while at the same time honoring our job as working with the district.
Sure.
We try and be friendly. That's it. We have had from over 10 years ago, we had a reputation as being draconian, and we've worked easily for the past 10 years to reverse that reputation. So,
Who was your predecessor, Gail? I never asked that.
before me, before I start, I chaired was Lynn Smith, the architect.
Oh, yeah.
Lynn Cole Smith, she was chair. And then who was chair? And Jean McClellan was chair after when it first started. Lynn Smith, and there were a couple of other people in between. Jean and Lynn, I think.
Good to know.
So. All right then, quick meeting. I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Great.
Beautiful.
Jeremy. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carried. We are adjourned. Thank you very much. That's probably the easiest one we'll do all year. So,
Safe travels, Jeremy.
yep, have safe travel coming. Wear your woolies coming in Friday night. So,
Yeah. Have a good
and,
week.
we'll see
Thank
you.
you all.
We'll see you at the end of March for the meeting then.
Okay.
Thanks. And Toby, I'll email you shortly.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Gail.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. Good night.